talking about the present, where everybody express their kids and how they love them so much. I just want to know what was that first reaction, that first feeling when you found out you were gonna be a dad for the first time.
I had Buddy when
Pressure.
I was like 17.
I was finna
No. I had my first kid by my daughter mom at 17. I was 17, so I didn't know what fatherhood was gonna be like. I ain't gonna say I was scared because, mind you, I was living in my house with my mom. I had both my sisters there, my brother was there. They had kids, so it was just kids in there anyway. Then my daughter mom, she was living with us, so that shit was bound to happen. We smacking every night. You feel me? Leave it in shouty. So I didn't even know that. Because I was going crazy so much, I didn't even think she could get pregnant. You feel me? Just right. So we just getting to cracking. She pregnant, and shit. I wasn't scared. I wasn't nervous because I knew my mom was gonna be there. But I guess what I was more concerned about is if I was gonna be a good parent or. But again, like I said, I wasn't scared. I was just more like, okay, how I'm gonna do this? More so, like so. But like I say, it didn't come with instructions. So I just took it day by day. Took it day by day, and my daughter 22 now. She'll be 22. Yeah, she'll be 22 June 12th. And she got a house of her own, car of her own. So Chicago. Chicago. Go ahead. She live right up there by O Block. Go ahead, go holler at her. But no, it was.
My story was abusive.
It wasn't too
Not abusive. It was. Like you said, I didn't think she could get pregnant, but like she went to the doctor and like the doctor actually physically told her that she couldn't have a kid.
Damn.
So my child is a miracle baby. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And so she ended up getting pregnant. And the crazy thing, she went out of town. And she was like, when I come back, we broke up. She was like, when I come back, you better be gone. And so she said, the dishes better be clean when I come back. It was only 3 cups in the damn sink. Okay? So like, it wasn't like some real dishes. It was only 3 cups in the sink. And then she said, be gone when she got back. She got back at 6:45 in the morning. Bitch, somebody be asleep. I ain't that damn early. So she come home. All I remember her slamming, like, it's funny because it was like, I heard the door shut. And I'm like, damn, I'm supposed to be gone. She back too early. And I'm like, damn, 3 cups in the sink. So she came in the room. She pulled the cups. I'm like, what the fuck you still doing here? Your ass supposed to be gone. My baby mama's short. She like 4'11". She hit like a real man.
Yeah.
She from Chicago, was the make it most. She from Chicago. And so I remember she pulled the covers off. She jumped on the bed and started attacking me. I'm like, move. So I'm like, trying to get her off me. I threw up. I'm like, chill out. It's okay. I'm gonna go wash the cups. They ain't that serious. So for some reason, I was standing up, and she stood up off the bed. Like, she standing on the bed because it's short. She jumped off the bed, 3-piecing. So I'm like, boom, boom, boom. I'm like, oh, shit. Like, hold on. So I they tried to catch me, but you missed. So I tried to catch her and miss. And she was like, and I'm pregnant too, bitch. So I'm like, oh.
Right.
Wow. I'm like, damn, so the cups ain't that bad.
Got 3 pieces on the baby.
Yeah, 3 pieces on the baby. I thought she was pregnant. Piece of the biscuits.
Right.
She like, I'm pregnant too. She attacked me some more. I pulled the full nuts after that. I was like,
right.
So what about this baby in you? Chill out.
Right.
I gotta find out, like, 3 pieces of baby.
3 pieces in the baby. Wow.
Yeah, my experience is like, so I was traveling to Atlanta, like back and forth, for like 6 months, and I was in the Uber, and I realized I was talking to God instead of an Uber driver, and she was telling me like, if I stay in Chicago, I was gonna die. So, shit, you feel like you're gonna die, you finna do everything. So I'm like, well, I'm moving to Atlanta. Shit, we about to have a baby because I'm gonna be there in a month, and we planned it. And then, shit, right before I came down here, she took the pregnancy test. Realized she was pregnant. Shit, I ain't even know how to feel. I was like, damn, you really pregnant? Like this shit happened. Fuck, shit. I told my mom, see, I'm 25. At the time I was 24. I'm the oldest. She ain't got no grandbabies. She was ecstatic. Everybody was happy. More like no thing. She's just a good mom. I seen how she was to her son. So I knew I ain't had shit to worry about. Like she cook, clean, immaculate, clean efforts. I was honestly excited until, I realized morning sickness and all that other shit.
Mm-hmm.
And,
That 9 months or something else ain't it?
Mm-hmm.
Wait.
It was a long ass, man. 10 months.
For who?
Long time.
It's like too much you can't fuck though. That's too much you can't.
At a certain point, you should be like,
Yeah, you wanna right.
Yeah, you be like,
wanna fuck. Like, what you gonna do? But hit that motherfucker from the back and side.
I want to say a lot of shit, but I'm gonna be chill.
So when you have you say it was unsensitive.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah,
You can say whatever you want. Go ahead.
Don't incriminate yourself.
I'm a nigga, so
Right.
I'm just reserve myself.
So, but it says you ain't got no kids. How many? I think I'm pregnant.
That was my question. So if you just be reckless,
I go wrong. When I find out you got a baby, I'm thinking wrong.
I'm saying you letting you shooting the club up.
Step back, son. You can't see it.
My bad.
Go ahead.
Shut the club up.
It depends. No, I have, of course. You know what I'm saying? And some occasions, some you do, some you don't. It just depends on your feeling. Boy, some it might start out with that motherfucker on, but then, it ain't been like a motherfucking portfolio. You know what I'm saying? But this shit happen. You know?
How many?
Shout out to those kids.
How many them? I think I'm late. Text messages you got.
Oh man, it's been like miscarriage, abortion. You know what I'm saying? I went through that one time. You know what I'm saying? But man, I could just guess it wasn't that time. You know what I'm saying? So I keep all my money to myself. I get my mama shit. You know what I'm saying? But life is good. I mean, when it's
This nigga say life is good.
When it's meant to happen, it's gonna happen, man. But once again, plug love the kids. Real shit. But I really do commend y'all fathers, though. Like, real shit. It's not an easy job. Like for real. Like, me and my bro used to kick it. That cannot come out. Work, family. Like, that's it.
There.
I be like, bro, can you come outside? He be like, hold up.
You know I love you, right?
But real talk, that's what happened when you domesticated.
Yeah, man.
Sure.
I get out when I need to. I don't make it I don't give it a solid effort to try to go out every weekend, like I used to. And I don't really miss that shit like that though. You know how many times motherfuckers go out, overspend money, get pulled over by the police, getting tickets, temps, music, fights, all type of shit. Like I don't really miss that, man. Then it's like a gamble nowadays. Like you can't even go in clubs and party and be civil. Motherfuckers shooting, all type of shit. So it's like it's real. I got family to get to, so I try to step out occasionally when I need to or when I can, but I don't make it a big deal if I don't. You know what I'm saying? But shout out to those who can. You know what I'm saying?
Some fathers just still do that shit, though.
Yes, I know. I know.
It's like, I'm the same way. I be like, damn, I'm getting all these fucking invites from my clients. I know it'd be a good time. And I'm just like, shit. Like, I didn't have my biological father growing up. And the main thing, like we talk about lessons, like my stepfather, my father, spent so much fucking time with us. Like, this man, still, got down in the streets and shit, but it's like, this nigga spent time with his kids. like no matter what. And like my mama wasn't fucking like that. She worked all the time.
Right.
So I was just wondering, like, damn, why is he like this? You know what I'm saying? But like growing up, we know that nigga. Out of all our parents,
Right.
we know him.
Right.
Right. Exactly.
He know us.
You gotta think like your kids is. You spend probably a max of like 4-5 hours with them a day.
Yeah.
2 hours in the morning getting them ready, go to school, 8 hours. You working all day, you come home, 2 more hours, then you put them in bed.
Exactly.
And probably the weekend. So it's like all that valuable time, we gotta spend that quality time. You gotta have a work-life balance. You know what I'm saying? And then it's you don't want the teachers knowing them more than you know,
Right.
or them knowing the teachers more than they know you.
They slick raise them.
Yeah, they slick for real though.
They slick
That's
raise 'em.
real. So it's like you gotta have that work-life balance, and I ain't understand that until shit recently.
Right.
For real, like recently. So it's like once you know, cause you gotta instill the right shit in them, bro. You don't want the streets just taking your kid away from you. They ain't gonna. The more they away from you, the less they gonna respect you. You know what I'm saying?
Shit.
So I just try to be there as much as I can, especially at that younger age. You know, cause that's when they really soak up everything like a sponge, bro. So as long as I'm around and they learning from me mostly, I'm straight. The kids, I mean, the teachers can teach them their education, but as far as like the core values and things like that, I want them to get that shit from me. All that hood shit, I don't want you looking at music videos, going outside and getting it from your friend. I want you to get that shit from me. I'll teach you all that shit. You know what I'm saying? So that's why me, you know, it's important that I'm in front of my child face as much as I can. And now I know like why my wife, she used to drill me about that shit. You know us, like we barbers, we work all day, every day. You know, we don't care, but as long as we providing and we sending the bread or spending money buying them Jordans, all that's cool. You know, that's cool. But the most important thing is spending time with them. You know, like and look at you, you're a positive brother because of
Man, your family, you know, I feel like shit before here, bro. I don't know like what life was. Before having a family, I feel like I was just loaded. You know, having this dream of, you know, being in some space at some time. Versus now, it's like the only time is now. The only place to be is here. You know? And that's all that matters. I think family, your family, that shit is like, that's my whole life right now. And I ain't shit but 25. But like, if I lose my family, like, I ain't got shit. I realize all this shit is superficial. Having people to protect. And, you know, I talk to my son, he listen to fucking G's in the door.
Right.
He getting that shit from me, like, talk about that. He's like, shit, I'm a nigga, you know? At least I'm gonna teach you how to fight, back that shit up, you know? At least I'm gonna teach you how to be intelligent and how to read and, you know.
And not let it influence you, though.
Right. But definitely have that side to you.
Yeah.
Because that's who I am. You know?
That gangster and the gentleman.
Exactly. Duality.
Yeah, man. You don't say something, man.
Well, I found out my girl was pregnant. It was actually on my birthday while I was in Orlando. And
That's when it happened? That's when it happened?
That ain't what happened. The event before, nah. I found out this after my birthday, but I'm going to talk about it before my birthday. I was in Orlando. I was coming back home from Orlando. I almost lost my life. Like, I almost, basically got hit by 18 others coming back home because I decided I wanted to drive back in the middle of the night. So I came back home. She told me she was pregnant. Like, it kind of shocked me because, like, who would survive a 18-wheeler hitting the car? Like, and I was like, man, I wasn't scared at all. I was like, man, I ain't had my father in my life. I'm gonna always be there. I'm gonna make sure he's straight. So, like, honestly, I was happy. I felt like I was here for a reason because the 18-wheeler hit you. Yeah, that's the reason. That's the reason why I stay around the corner.
Yeah, that's real.
I don't like driving at all. Like, so I was excited.
Yeah, that's deep, bro.
Yeah.
Stay whamming on.
Wham. That's a two-piece right there.
Oh man, that's
deep.
you'll never forget that the rest of your life, man.
It's crazy, like right.
So wait, so you got hit,
I got hit by
then got the phone call.
No, after I came back, like home. That's when she told me she was pregnant.
Oh shit.
It was meant for you to come home.
Yeah, it was meant for you to come home. Yeah, he wasn't finished with you, bro.
I had no scratches on me, nothing.
Oh yeah.
I can't. That's crazy.
Man, you coached by the blood that day, man.
For sure.
But yeah, you know, when I first found out, man, it was random. I come in the house, yeah. She in the living room watching TV. Say here, I look at it. What this?
Oh, that's
So
the
you
pregnancy
pregnant?
test
Yeah,
you
the
looking at.
pregnancy test. You pregnant?
Like, they got baby pregnancy.
Man, it was just like all of a sudden. I just told her before I knew she was pregnant. I said, man, I just felt like it's a switch. I was like, I don't know how it feels to be a dad, but the moment you tell me I'm gonna be a dad, it's gonna be like a switch. And
kicked in.
Right, and it just kicked in. I can't explain, but it was just something else. It was just, now he's right. It's like he 2 now, and it's like nothing else matters. Like when I get to the house, it is daddy mode. Is that? I mean, he come down the step, he screaming, daddy. I can't even get the door good. Take my shoes off, daddy. How are you? He asked me how I'm doing. He's so polite. How you doing? I'm good. He wanted, high five and all that. Then he bring me all the toys, all the cars. He bringing it. I'm like, man, just leave that there.
Right.
Cause he gonna leave it there. He coming with the tricycle, he pulling up. He got the big wheels. He daddy. Right. Then I'm trying to take a shower. He in there coming in there, daddy. Like, ooh, but I wouldn't change it in the world, man. I know, being at the crib with him, I sometimes be just chilling with him, because like he said, you being at work 12 hours and, you been with moms out there, you just want to chill, sit with him. That's all he want to do. We watch wrestling together. That's one thing we're going to do. We're going to watch wrestling together. So,
That's old school shit right there.
Yeah, ever since he was born, we like, son, you gonna watch this wrestling.
WWE?
Yeah, WWE.
Oh, yeah.
So whatever he kind of know who's who because he get excited by the songs that come on.
Right.
When they come out.
So WWE got all the lights flashing on the TV. So he
too with it though.
Yeah, he too. So ain't nothing with it. Have your boy or girl come home and just seeing these faces, man. Because you think twice about going out. They be like, man, come on now, let's go hit it. Then you like, I'm chill. I'm chilling, man. You know what I'm saying? Already been gone from you about 3 days. I'm chill with you today.
All right, sure.
So yeah, man, ain't nothing wrong with that, man. I appreciate y'all. With the fatherhood, what kind of challenges have y'all faced with the kids? What are some challenges? Because I know as dads, it's different. The moms, they're pretty much most of the time. So, what kind of challenges are y'all facing, man? As far as
I think, man, shit, it's like success is rented, not bought, and rent is due every day. Right? So every day is a challenge. You know what I'm saying? Talk about time. Just talk about just like preparing. Sometimes we get so caught up in our own life. Like me, like I love making money. I love like starting one way and finishing another way. I just like seeing the whole shit. So I'm here doing all this shit, but I'm like, man, my son ain't took no pictures. And swimming classes, and all this shit, and I'm like, fuck, if I could have planned this out, this would have been a part of the plan. So I guess, like Corey was talking about, like balance. Not even just like with time, but just with strategy. Are you really planning your kids' life? Looked at this documentary or a movie with fucking Serena and Venus Williams' dad. He was just talking about like, I know they was gonna be tennis players. That was my plan.
Before he even had them.
Right. So when I said look at my son, I'm like, fuck, like, what's my plan for him? Do I want him to box? I want him to play. Like, I don't know. I just think as a young man, it's so easy to get caught up to my plan that's gonna fix everybody's problem. But it never really works out that way. It's a day by day thing. So I guess the real challenge is being inclusive. Inclusivity of the family, not just being a head honcho, but it's like, okay, I'm helping motherfuckers get rich. How can I help you be successful with my son or my wife? I'm going through.
Okay.
My challenge is basically the same. It's like managing my time. I mean, planning. Like I've been planning for years. Like me and my girl started off working at McDonald's. I already knew I was gonna be a barber. She had took her a year and a half to figure out she wanted to be a nurse. And when she finally figured that out, I told her don't waste no time in doing that. But I knew her being a nurse and me being a barber, we gonna always have time for our kids. Because that's one thing I cherish. I love to go on vacation with my family. I love spending time with my family. And I planned that. I planned my whole life around that. Like I told myself, like whatever barbershop I live around. I want to live close by because I know time is important for family. So that's my biggest thing. Time, if I can get time with my son, I know that's important. Like, 'cause I ain't had that, so I cherish that.
I guess to me, personally, again, I had two kids before my wife. So with them in Chicago and my two kids and my wife is here, it's a challenge to kind of sometimes get them all together, and I want nothing more than that, just to have although my daughter, she grown doing her own thing, but just to have them around, like holidays and stuff, when we all around, like I'm the happiest person in the world. When I got all my kids around me, that's nothing makes me happy. I don't care what's going on outside. I got all four of my children with me. I'm straight. I'm in dad mode. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, but then when we depart, I think about it, but I don't really dwell on too much. But if I can have it my way in the perfect world, I would have everybody in one household. Like in my mind, like I'm gonna get like super wealthy and just move all my immediate family down here in big ass house on some. Not trying to be racist, but like how the Indians be. But you know what I'm saying? Just have everybody in one household. It's 19 cars outside. Everybody got a job. You feel me? So that's my ultimate goal for my family. But that's a challenge too, to just have my daughters here in Atlanta with me with their siblings.
I think my biggest challenge mostly has been communicating with my son's mom as far as like being able to get him and it's been better lately, but like for a long time it was like I call, wouldn't answer. I try to get him, set up a meeting to get him, wouldn't pick up. I drive over the house, nobody's there. I end up having to start like for about 2 years almost. I rarely even talk to his mom. I just call his grandma. Like I literally had to call his grandma. That's how I talked to my son. That's how I picked him up. That's how I arranged everything. And like it was tough. You know what I mean? And like I just had to make it work. And when you a father and you're not living with your son, you're not with the mom, it's a lot. It's tough. You got to do what you can and do the best that you can. So that's been my biggest challenge. It's been a lot better lately. So typically, like as of late, I call, she pick up, or if she don't pick up, she'll text me and be like, "He not with me," or like that. So, but that's been my biggest challenge.
That's your only one?
Yeah, only got one son.
How old is it?
9.
Oh, no.
I say my biggest challenge is balancing my career with spending time with my son. It's like I don't want to put my career over my son because I'm not. But it's like what God has planned for me is trying to balance my career and my time with my son because it's like
That's the toughest thing, though.
that's the toughest thing, and it's like I know how it was when I didn't have my father there. Like my mom. My mom, she wasn't always there. She was there for me. I lived with my mom, of course. She was a working woman. She worked 9 to 5. Sometimes she'd come home at 8. But I never had to worry about food on the table. So it's like a give or take. You know what I'm saying? Like I want to be that father where I want to try to give both time and money, where you ain't got to never worry about anything. And that's like my biggest thing that I deal with. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like being a social media influencer, you have to give your time to the world. You know what I'm saying? Like I have to be able to make everybody smile, even when I don't want to make nobody smile. I still gotta have that smile on my face. So I think that's my challenge is He ain't got to
Be like, my challenge is,
Hey man, hey,
whether I should pull out or not.
he had to sip his cup on that one.
Right, you got to.
My biggest challenge is, should I pull out?
Those some real challenges.
Yeah, you don't even think about it.
Looking at next, what we're talking about, what would you say is your proudest moment as a father?
Being able to take my son.
What was your proudest moment as a father?
Being able to take my son. Well, we didn't go to Lakeland, and it was my first time getting him for his birthday. This was last year. He turned 5, and I was able to buy the house. I went and flew out there. My baby mom just took me on child support.
Praise God. Yes.
Took me on child support, and she finally came to the conclusion like get to have him for different holidays. And so I got to have him for his birthday and Christmas. For his birthday, I bought a big ass house with a pool. I had my mama come. I told her to bring all my cousins. And she was able to pay for everything, and we just had a good time.
That's big
That
right
was
there.
one of my moments. I'll never forget. What was the question again?
What was your proudest moment as a father?
Yeah, it's crazy how the little shit, stick with you. I remember when I first met my girl, and I do push-ups every day before I go to sleep when I wake up. And my son, he was always trying to do them with me. Well, of course, he didn't know what he was doing. When I met him, he was 2. And, kind of like the other day, we was over at her godparents' house, and he just trying to show him he can do push-ups and shit. So it's he hitting them bitches, 10 straight. Little, only 4 years old, but he hitting them just like me. I'm like, damn. All this fucking around we be doing in the morning.
He gonna beat my ass when I get old.
He hitting them motherfuckers though. So I'm like, man, that just showed me man, the littlest things you do, that shit stick. Children's minds are really
Who
sponge.
claims that though? Nah. We close to 4 o'clock, big dog. Oh, it's 4 o'clock now. About 4:30, yeah. Them your people?
Is it 4 o'clock?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely said it was 4 o'clock, 4:04. You got 4:30?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we almost done.
Yeah. I mean, it's 30 minutes though.
Yeah, he cool.
You still talking?
Yeah.
My proudest moment as a parent was taking my kid to Disney World. I was able to take him to all 4 parks, plus all the water parks in Orlando, and I was able to go to the beach. That was a 10-day vacation. I was actually be there with my son. They were straight for all day, and I wasn't able to do that. I was just proud of that. I know time and everything. Spending time with my son is very important.
I guess the birth of all my children is my proudest moment, but I got 3 girls, but when it's something different about my boy, and the things he tried to do or duplicate from me, it's funny, but it turned me to a proud dad sometimes when I see him try to do things. So it's but I was proud at every child I had, you know what I'm saying? But like I said, Bryson, he's so different, bro. Y'all seen how he's just different. My daughters, they do their own thing, but when you got that boy, it's this little nigga. You know what I'm saying? But that's my dog though, man. That's my dog. And I think another proud moment is when he got out of the hospital recently. So when he actually came home from being in the hospital for 18 days, he came home.
Oh yeah.
It was a big release, for my wife and myself, and for all the family that knew about it, So just had an autoimmune disease. It's that's not nothing to play with, It was the time where he didn't think he was gonna make it. You feel me? But when he actually came home, finally, after being given a run around in the hospital, it's thank you God, So it's we had our praying moments or whatever. Where our put hands on him, and we both prayed, that God sent him home, take away his illnesses and all that other stuff, and for him to actually make it home out of that, it's like I was happy as a parent.
Well, yeah, man, he get that strength from you, man. He get that strength from you.
I just gotta act like I got strength from him. That's all. We all have our vulnerable moments, but you can't look weak in front of your kid, especially your boy.
Right.
He gonna try you when you turn 13.
See.
That's me. I'm sure be like my stuff. Don't worry, B. You might be good.
It ain't happening.
In high school, I was 285 in high school.
Damn.
So I'm grown, man. That nigga was butt 60.
Right.
Of course, I'm gonna sling that nigga around. You know what I mean?
Right.
Grown man strength.
Oh,
And I'm restless.
That's what be happening though. I remember the last time my stepfather tried to whoop me. I was in high school when he tried to whoop me.
Yeah.
I grabbed that arm, and I'm like, nah, we ain't doing that no more. You know what I'm saying? Over with. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't get no whooping that day. So I came back to the crib. I'm like, what up? She was telling me he was salty. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, he ain't get to whoop my ass. I'm like, that shit dead. I was like, man, you talk to me now. Like, I understand when I was young and shit was going on. Sometimes, like, ass whooping is necessary.
Fact.
You know what I'm saying? It is, but it's like, as you get to a certain age, you ain't finna be whooping my ass, bro. I'm damn near grown. Like, you can talk to me because I respect you enough to listen to what you got to say. But when people are raised a certain way and they done got their ass whooped they whole motherfucking life, they think that is the way. Nah, you can talk to people and motherfuckers will respect
and get your point across.
Right. If they respect you as a person, they'll respect your word. But if you still trying to put your motherfucking hands on me, I ain't respecting that. You know what I'm saying? So why would I listen to what the fuck you got to say? You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't instill like fear, like after a point in time, shit, I'm gonna become fearless. Shit, I done got my ass whipped several times, so that shit ain't scaring me. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like ways that you gotta think about what you're doing and how you approach situations. You know what I'm saying? Like, I respected my stepfather as a man. Like, he was a good provider. He was there for my mom. You know what I'm saying? So as a man, like, and you becoming a man, like, you see that shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I respect what he did for my mom and everything, but it's like trying to help grow me and raise me. It's like you had to work on some of his approaches, you know what I'm saying? But still in all, you know what I'm saying? Like, you taking on a woman with 3 kids, like, I commend you for that, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, it's all about strategy and how you do.
So that was your proudest moment when you stopped his hand from hitting?
Ain't no more way.
What you doing, man? Hold up.
He was like, color purple. Everything you do to me.
You saw me do them 10 push-ups.
Right.
Oh,
That shit, old babe.
Proudest moment is pulling out.
I do want to touch on something real quick that you said about, the ass whistles we got, and the fine line between then and now with the kids now that's coming up.
they ain't getting their ass whooped.
They ain't
Getting their ass whooped, and that's why they out of control. Bro.
Ain't no more big mamas.
Like some of these parents is trying to be like
friends
with their kids. You know what I'm saying? Like, fuck that. Like, you can still be cool and have good dialogue with your kids. They need to know the place of the parent and the child. You know what I'm saying?
No, I whoop my son ass.
My homeboy or my homegirl. You know what I'm saying? They run wild. They don't respect other adults. You know what I'm saying? Like, shit. I used to say yes ma'am, yes sir. When I was coming up, you know what I'm saying? Like, he would fuck yes ma'am, yes sir, and curse your ass out.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So, it's like, I feel like that's definitely the difference. Like, it ain't enough ass whoopings going around. You know what I'm saying? Because it started at home.
Right.
They just sent them off to school. The teacher got motherfucking 30 kids, 20-something kids, 30 kids in the class. Like, I can't take all my time to direct your child the right way, or, you know what I'm saying, shit that you should be doing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Help me help the situation. You know what I'm saying? So,
I think a lot of parents don't see the value in the ass whooping.
I do. I whoop my son.
I don't think they don't see the value. I think it's because society the way it is.
Yep.
Yeah, that too. Nah.
Like when I say don't see the value, I mean like in certain instances, they don't look at it like, okay, if I don't whoop his ass right now, he's gonna be fucked up. They just let shit slide because they don't see the value in or the lesson.
I agree with that.
And you know what I'm saying? It's like if you in your head, you don't feel like certain people deserve respect, and you don't like this person. So now you allowed your fucking child to disrespect this person because you don't fuck with them.
Yeah.
Versus it being something like, you know what? I think a certain amount of people deserve respect, or elders deserve respect, or whatever. Regardless.
Everybody deserves respect.
Some people, they wane their morally.
Yeah.
And then they value. So,
Yeah.
like shit, for me, I was like, man, even if I may have missed this as a kid, or my mom, she probably wasn't in the mind state of instilling certain shit in me, so I still gotta go hard on certain shit. Like my son yesterday, put him to bed. I look up, he's still up. Now you do this shit every night. Smack around his ass. Then come talk to him after.
Right.
Like shit like that. Yes. You keep letting it slide, They start to take advantage.
Yep.
And you don't see the bullshit.
Yeah.
When they get to school, that's when that shit show.
Yeah.
Or outside with their friends, that's when that shit show. So.
Yeah. I can definitely agree with that. That's a.
I definitely instill fear in myself.
Yeah, it ain't fear though. It's respect.
It's
So
respect,
I don't want
yeah.
I don't want to instill because I believe in whooping a child when need be. I don't instill fear like a lot of parents. I guess they get like moms typically they don't whoop their kids as much as dads do because they scared that the child not gonna like them. I guess you know what I'm saying. So me. I whoop my child ass. I tell my wife, she know I whoop their ass when they need to. I don't get carried away, anything like that. I don't whoop them when I'm upset or things like that. I whoop them when necessary. But I don't lose none of the love. Right. You know what I'm saying? When I come in the door, they run to me. You know, they play, daddy, look at this. Like you say, your son bring your toys. They do all that. You know what I'm saying? So if they had fear in them, they wouldn't do none of that. They'll hide when I come in there. Oh, here come daddy, he grumpy and da-da-da. You know why? Because it's like a sweet spot. From whooping that ass and playing with them. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, I throw my kids up, I throw them up, play with them, watch them play toys, we paint, all holidays, we do puzzles and all that shit. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not just whooping their ass and yelling at them and putting them to bed. And a lot of parents, they do that. They get carried away with the whoopings, they whoop them when they're angry and all the other stuff, and then the kid becomes fearful.
I think that's that old school.
Back when it's time for them to do some other mischievous shit, they gonna think back on that ass whooping.
Yeah, right.
Last time I did.
Exactly.
Last time I did.
It's all about consequences, but because like you said, if you keep going like this over the fire and you don't get burned, you're gonna keep doing that shit until that bitch, you know what I'm saying? But and they gotta know what some consequence behind every silly thing that they do. You know what I'm saying?
But I think
a lot of shit slide.
They do. Moms let a lot of shit slide. They do. I think
and not to discredit the women or the moms, but I never heard them. I'm gonna tell your mama.
Never.
They be like, all right. Tell your daddy.
Then they straighten up.
You want me to call your daddy?
They straighten up.
No, like that.
They straighten up on that.
Straighten up.
I feel like I do a good enough job because I'm all the way in Atlanta. I'm nowhere near him. He's in Chicago.
Right.
And he got your daddy on the phone.
That's right.
You got no. I'm gonna tell your daddy. You want me to tell him?
Right. Exactly.
Like, cause it's like, okay, man, you know what's going on. So I feel like, I may not say fear, but I still like you said, respect. Like
it's consequences.
Yeah.
You keep acting that way, it's gonna be
I ain't gonna lie. Growing up, my mom fucked up stuff.
My uncles did. I got my ass whooped. I still got put my mom out there, but she was like everybody else in the 80s. Right. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And she used to whoop us with stench cord, like when she was high.
Oh man.
Nigga, I'm talking about I got excuse me, mom, for saying it. I still got whoops on my back.
Yep.
When I was like a shorty. She was whooping us when she was high one day. Real shit.
Stitch cords, broom. I got whooped with anything in hand.
Straight up.
Hangers. I got hangers, brooms.
Yeah, everything.
Yeah. I feel like a lot of people don't whoop their kids because they traumatized from how they got that.
I
think that is
one too. That's one too.
I be whooping my son. I be having flashbacks. I was like, all right.
ain't been traumatized like that though. I got my ass whooped.
Pick a switch off the tree,
My grandma did that.
and like she was like, go pick a switch.
She take the leaves off that bitch.
No, she said, go pick a switch. We go pick it, and man, we'll do it early in the day. So we good. We think we forgot about it.
Right.
We should catch it as soon as we got the tub.
Ooh.
We had to stand in a bucket of water.
Ooh.
Bitch, I got whooped like a slave. I understand what was standing in a bucket of water.
She want you to move.
Yeah,
Now I get it. Good move.
So my
Told
mom,
our ass up.
That's
boy.
great. That's tough as hell.
my
My
mom,
she's from Mississippi, Jackson, so you know this.
That's like premeditated
country
manslaughter.
whooping
And I think whooping your kids' ass though, that shit make them better. I remember like soon, like I didn't really know what's going on, but like you talk about that build up. You know, not saying shit, not talking back, just following the rules, all that. And that shit turned into like uncontrollable aggression. But you take one motherfucker to say anything remotely close to your mama, and that shit give you that. It's like, now it's really that. And it's like, now you got somebody going to jail. Because they want to beat the fuck out them.
Right.
And they traumatized, got PTSD. And that was me. Like, my mama came on, she was bad every morning. Right before school.
Damn. Before school?
Before school. My mama worked nights. One
Just
morning,
cuz?
dishes in the sink, she whooped her ass. Wake up before school, shit fucked up, you ain't brush your teeth or your motherfucking shirt wrinkled. I don't know if it was like some shit she was going through. Really, my little sister got the worst. I tried to make sure, I was the oldest, I tried to make sure she was in order. For some reason, she just fucked up. But hell yeah, out of school, smacked up and
That's
shit.
like I was saying. It's a difference between discipline and you trying
Abuse. And abuse, yeah, abuse, yeah.
we ain't getting no ass.
Yeah.
My mom used
think-
to get my dad pitching with my ass.
Shit. I think the important thing now
Oh, man, you look like
with us whooping our kids and still disciplining them is the fact that we communicate more now. Like I had to leave work one day and fuck my son up. Like I fucked him up bad. And like I talked to him afterward though. Like I talked to him before. I was like, look, I work. You know I have to work because I have to dedicate money to your mom for you. I had to leave to come here to fuck you up. So I'm about to fuck you up. This is why.
This is why.
This is why. And I'm gonna fuck you up. And I'm still gonna love you, but I'm about to fuck you up. So I had to fuck him up. Like I was so upset. Like it was one of them days where it was like I had overtime before my shift. So the fact that I had to leave work canceled my overtime. You know what I'm saying? So,
That's
bro.
one thing I try to avoid is whooping my child when I'm mad.
But it was.
I don't want to OD on him.
I feel you, but it was that situation was. I ain't gonna tell it. I ain't gonna tell. I'll tell y'all. I'll tell y'all off
Look, I'm whooping your ass for what you did and for the money I'm missing.
Right. But the crazy part about it is like for a little while he was like standoffish, didn't want to come over for a minute, but then like. We end up talking about it and again after that because even though we talked before, he got his ass beat. He wasn't really trying to hear that shit. So like it went like a week went by and I end up getting him again and we end up squashing it, talking about like everything been perfect ever since. Like they both say like run up, all that. And
It's
still,
important to have that convo though afterwards though.
But yeah, definitely. It just took
We ain't
a
getting
little.
none of that.
That's what I'm saying, and that's the important part that I'm saying.
Back in the day, and they said, "Now take your ass."
Just, yeah,
you just had to go to bed with some thoughts.
Yeah, just think about like.
I just got
Talk to nobody about that shit.
Nobody ain't. Yeah, just in there.
That talking help ease the pain. Like,
Yeah, it do.
I to sleep like, I fucked up.
Yeah, exactly.
It ain't all their fault, and they, why they whooped your ass.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? But when they whoop your ass, go to bed now.
Go to bed, and sometimes you don't even know what you getting a whooping for.
Kids understand that shit. Like, I was talking to my son. Everything I said, yes. Like, what the fuck was this energy before I whooped your ass?
I'm gonna tell you something, G. Look, you gonna die laughing. Like my son, like when he take pictures, he try to do what everybody else around him do. So he got this kid in his class, and everybody know how this kid gonna be when he get older. You know, ain't nothing against him, but that's how he gonna be. So he tried to mimic the kid on how he posed for his picture and tried to do the same thing. So the kid turned his foot up and took the picture. So my son, he turned his foot up because that's what he thought how he posed, whatever. So I told him like, look, you don't pose like that. I said we stand like this, show him how to pose, and I said, Dad, that's what we do. Teach our son the way we want him to see. So anyway, teach him how to stand. The other day, my wife was taking pictures of him because they was going to school on the way to school, but I guess they had a nice outfit or whatever. And I guess he accidentally turned his leg up. I'm upstairs, I'm in the shower. So my wife come in there, she was like, you know what your son did? I'm like, what happened? He told me to delete the picture because he didn't want me to see he didn't want Dana to see the picture. His leg turned up. He turned his leg up by accident or whatever. He said, so that lets you know how kids think. He 5. My son 5 years old. So
they know.
But it's just like that. Me being his father, I showing him how to, be a man and, what to do, what not to do. And that's important,
Yeah.
So the fact that he understood that and told his mom to delete the picture, you know what I'm saying? That's a step in the right direction.
And that was a discussion you had.
No whooping.
That wasn't
No.
And that's what I said. Everything doesn't have to be taught through ass whooping. You know what I'm saying? Like,
just most of it.
That conversation.
Right.
Well, I got flamed up.
You gotta learn how to conversate, like certain words to say, and how we respond. I feel like I couldn't talk to him about shit. My mama, I got a daddy that's a gangster and a mama that's a gangster.
Right.
It's like fuck, like who the fuck can I talk to? You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And I just think like that's what I want my kids to be able to have. Like, come talk to me.
Yeah.
Don't ever be afraid.
Exactly.
If you're afraid, I'm doing something wrong. I don't ever want to be in a situation.
Like me and my oldest, we like this.
Yeah.
Like we talk every day.
Mm-hmm.
Like I think she only called me when she on her way home in the car because her commute like an hour.
Right.
So she, Daddy, what you doing? Or when she needs something. But any relationship is better than none.
Right.
So I appreciate that.
Yeah, man. This conversation's been great, man. I appreciate everybody who's been on the podcast, man. And, we talked about it, laughed, kicked it, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
We appreciate y'all, man.
Appreciate y'all, man. And share some of them stories, man. What we used to do, what our dad used to do and everything, I appreciate everybody, everybody can follow us on Never Play Yourself podcast. We're on all platforms, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Spotify, Amazon,
Podbean.
YouTube. Like, share, subscribe.
Comment.
I know
Make sure you
everybody.
comment.
I know everybody ain't on Instagram. If you want to put out your handles, let everybody know where they can find you.
Oh, PUDDY_DA_barber. That's Putty the Barber. You know what I'm saying?
Fast Barber, FKTSDA Barber on Instagram, TikTok, Christian Mingle, Black
Black Planet. Now with Christian Mingle.
Farmers, right? Farmers.
Follow up pulls you, everything spelled correctly.
Say that one more time.
Follow up pulls you, everything spelled correctly.
Say it a little bit slow.
2 W's.
Follow what pulls you.
Pulls you.
Okay, thank you.
I'm not talking fast, you listening slow.
Right.
Everything else.
Brian Gibbons and it was Z.
Corey_RX, CORY_RX, or you can follow the shop page as RX_Elites, RX_ELITES.
Cool.
Appreciate you,
cool,
Phil,
cool,
guys,
man. Appreciate
for having us aboard, man.
Appreciate y'all, man.
Appreciate
If y'all ever get a chance, man, come to RX Elites, 153 North Avenue Northeast, man, barber and beauty shop. We're going to take care of you, whatever your needs are. We got you, you know what I'm saying? The best in the line, all right?
Paid promotion by Putty the Barber.
He's street team.
You know what I mean?
Team in the house.
You feel?
And like
Last words,
that,
brother.
no sir. And like that,
We gone.
gone.
Go.
Peace.